Next. Side view. Next.
Handkerchief. Silk?
Silk, yeah.
Ladies.
Pocket.
Girlfriend?
Sometimes.
One in particular?
Yes, I suppose so.
How long have you known her?
Stiller.
On and off, 1-2 years.
Is she going to stick by you?
Why don't you ask her?
Do you think the judge's sentence was too severe?
What?
The judge's sentence. Do you think it was too severe?
Well, I got 5 and the others got 3.
I see. A fairer sentence would have been 3 years.
That's logical.
You watch your mouth.
Do you see any point in appealing against your sentence?
I beg your pardon?
Do you see any point in appealing?
Well, about as much point as counting the holes in a sponge.
Gillard.
Full?
Company.
Morning.
Sorry, there was nowhere else. You've been here with Mr. Gillard for 2 or 3 weeks, so the hard cases can't corrupt you.
Oh, a bit late for that.
So the hard cases can't corrupt you while you're being a little guinea pig. Mr. Dishman's got a lot more questions he wants to ask you.
Why?
We live in the age of enlightenment, Stiller. Penal reform. You even get a choice of breakfasts. Tip me the wink if he gets temperamental. There's 3 things burn me, Stiller. Fairies, clever sods. Look at me when I'm talking to you! And bother merchants. I have my own ways of dealing with aggravation. Ask Gillard.
He's a right mess of aggressions, isn't he, eh?
Oh, a word, Baron. I thrive on them. Look at you, you hairy freak. I'd have them sideburns off you for a start if I had my way.
I'm surprised you didn't do anything about the barnet,
It's part of the governor's progressive policy, Stiller. The governors get moved around. We stay. So watch it.
He's like something left over from the Bastille, isn't he? Frank Stiller.
You better make your bed. He'll be back in 5 minutes.
Anything wrong?
Make the bed.
Make the bed. What is your first name?
Just Gillard?
Just Gil. Oh, that is very unusual. What's that short for? Justin? My, aren't we talkative?
Talk's cheap.
Yeah, well, what else is there doing in this mausoleum?
Your first day?
They're not going to keep me here, you know. What's so funny?
Nothing.
Then why are you smirking?
I wasn't laughing.
Can you talk without moving your face as well? The right chatterbox we got here.
Come in.
Is that file you wanted, sir? And the deputy commander's waiting to see you.
Thank you, Miss Simpson.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir?
Has Mr. Sefton arrived yet?
Who?
Oh, come on, you know who I mean. Sefton, the prison governor.
Oh, no, sir, not yet.
When he arrives, give him my apologies and tell him I won't be long, will you?
I'm 34. How old are you? 40? 50? 60? This place has bloody neutralized you, mate.
Really?
Straighten up, Stiller. You look like a bent nail. You're going to have to learn, Stiller. The hard way, if necessary. Your bed looks like a brothel cot. Get it together. Remember what I said. Any trouble, we're going to have to smooth a few rough edges on this one.
Don't try it on, not with fork.
No?
No.
Sounds like he respects you.
He doesn't dislike me.
Oh, there's a difference, is there?
There's a difference.
Yes?
Mr. Sefton is here, sir.
Ah, good. I'm just in time. Show him in, and maybe you'd like some coffee. Mr. Sefton.
My apologies. Traffic impossible.
Not at all. I've got some coffee coming. Sit down.
Thank you.
Well, how'd it go?
All right.
You seem apprehensive.
Well, it was all rather a rush.
Yeah, sorry about that. The usual old scapegoat circumstance.
What are you in for?
Is it important?
Well, I mean, you're obviously educated. Probably a university, huh? Executive class. Religious?
Not very observant.
Embezzlement. Huh? Huh? That's it. You cook the firm's books, right?
There's a strong social network in prisons, quite distinct and apart from any organizational structure we might try to impose.
Now, how close can you get an ear?
Well, I like to think of myself as a progressive, but even the most sympathetic official can only loiter at the edge.
See, it's absolutely essential that only you know about Jordan.
Oh, yes, I know that. I've no wish to lose the trust I've managed to establish. The slightest hint of a plant would go through that place like the plague. It could turn very nasty.
Then, of course, it all went wrong. I got 5, security truck, armed robbery.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Isleworth, last February. You read about that?
No,
Ah, it was in all the newspapers.
I don't read newspapers.
Only books, eh?
It's my job here.
What? Reading books?
Prison librarian.
Oh, now that is a nice little number. Your friend Falk fixed that for you, right?
You talk too much, Stiller. Get one thing straight, Stiller. I don't owe any favors.
Oh, that sounds convincing.
You'll understand when they move you down.
Oh, will I?
You're going to have to watch your words in the pit. Would you mind not sitting on my bed?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jordan is one of the best men I've got. Yes, come in. Ah, coffee, good. Thank you. Do you take milk and sugar?
Just sugar, thanks.
Good. Tell me, was there any problem getting Jordan in with Gillard?
Well, Dishman, our psychologist, wanted to isolate him, but he's young. He's only been with me 2 months. And Falk, one of my senior officers, pulled a face.
Any reason?
Well, he's basically against the resident psychologist idea. He's done 22 years' service. I asked him once if he'd prefer to work in civilian clothes, do away with the uniform.
Could Gillard have formed any liaison with this officer?
With Falk?
Yes, anything of any use to us.
I should think it highly unlikely. Gillard's a unique case, at least in my experience.
Mm-hmm.
From the very beginning, he's intentionally isolated himself from the prisoner body.
Now, he's isolated himself, not been segregated by them.
No. On the contrary, he's very highly respected by both inmates and officers. To them, a spy is someone to be respected. Apparently, it was the same with George Blake. And he has a strange way with people. He doesn't talk much, but when he does, they listen.
What is all this guinea pig, this psychiatric thing? What is that?
Well, they only select a few. Dishman's doing postgraduate work. He's studying for his master's in criminology.
Ah, yeah, but what do they want me for?
Well, it's a psychiatric investigation. They try to discover what turned you bad. What social pressures have been at work, what emotional problems you might have.
Oh, wait a minute. I know what you were. You were a psychiatrist that turned bent, right? Hey, you are not a head man, are you? I mean, working undercover, posing as a prisoner, or the new ones get put in with you, eh? Well, I mean to say, the way that Falk talks to you.
You're the first with me.
Why?
I like to be alone.
You mean to say you like being lonely?
You can be entirely alone and never lonely or surrounded by people and desperate.
There's quite a lot about him in there, if you read behind the red tape jargon.
Yes. Look, let me be honest. I believe in personal contact with somebody like yourself rather than reams of notes. Would you very much mind if I just fired some questions at you?
No. Anything to help. All right. Do you object to a pipe?
No. Well, no. Has he ever been violent?
Never.
But you wouldn't call him a passive man.
No. In his own quiet way, he's one of the hardest men I've ever come across.
You like him?
I do.
What about visitors?
Well, no. Well, only his daughter. Regularly, the first Tuesday in every month.
Well, that's unusual, isn't it? Why only once a month? He's allowed weekly visiting.
Yes, I asked him that once myself. His answer was typically curt and final. He considered it adequate under the circumstances.
What's she like, the daughter?
Oh, very like her father. Abrupt. In her late 20s, I suppose. Not particularly attractive, at least not in the generally accepted sense. Teaches.
Languages. She's 32, actually.
Is she?
Does he write?
Letters?
Yes.
Not one.
Well, that's strange, isn't it?
Won't even look at a newspaper, either.
What sort of books does he read?
Oh, everything he can lay his hands on. He must have gone through that entire library twice. He's writing a book.
Oh? What about?
Birds.
Birds?
Seabirds.
Oh, I see. All right, then. How do I liaise with Jordan?
Ah. Now, this is where it becomes almost impossible. If Jordan is seen anywhere near my office more than once, well, the walls have ears, eyes.
What about this psychologist?
Dishman.
Could he be trusted?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yes, that's a possibility.
Well, he's only been with you a couple of months.
With some people, it takes only 2 hours.
All right, then I suggest that he starts his research on Frank Stiller immediately.
Certainly.
Daily visits to Dishman's office for analysis.
Couldn't be better.
Come.
Stiller, sir.
Ah, right. Right, thank you, Mr. Falk.
Sir?
I shall be some time with Stiller. I'll call you when I've finished. You can relax, Mr. Jordan.
Frank Stiller, sir.
Of course, it would have been impossible for the governor to have coped with this alone.
Cope with what? I don't understand you, sir.
We're quite alone, Jordan.
Stiller.
Oh, of course. Mr. Inman said I would need this to convince you.
Yeah. Well, we're not playing with fun and games, are we?
Well, I'm well aware of the implications. Mr. Inman briefed me thoroughly.
Well, I was wondering who I was going to liaise through. It's obviously you, is it?
Yes, I shall be seeing you every day for this first week, ostensibly for classification.
Good.
If it's essential that you see Mr. Inman, it will be in here. Meanwhile, I've arranged for you to work as Gillard's assistant in the library.
Oh, that's very good. Now, what do you know about Gillard?
This is everything we have on him. I've only been here for 2 months, but I'd say you had problems.
Yes, well, everyone has a vulnerable spot. What is it, an Achilles heel? Huh?
It's a matter of finding theirs before they find out about yours. Quite honestly, they're a hard, shrewd lot in here. I don't think it's going to take them long to smell you out.
Dinner time. Where are you off to, Stiller?
Dinner.
With hands like that? That's unsanitary. Get them scrubbed at once.
You, seen the soap?
It's on the floor.
I mean, don't worry about it. I'm not going to dirty the basin.
Like the man said, funny man with too much rabbit. Tear it off, Parky! Funny man here wanted to wash his hands. Lovely hot water. You're marked, fella. Someone big in here's put a finger on you.
So you watch your step. Else next time...
Do stop pacing, Edmund. You'll walk your way through to the office below.
This total lack of liaison between departments makes me see absolutely red.
An isolated case under exceptional circumstances.
That is not true, and you know it.
Well...
No. We should have been reminded of Gillard's remission months ago in the usual way, instead of 5 weeks before his release. Preparation is the key to an operation like this. As it is, I've had to get Jordan inside at once without any depth briefing. I'm actually having to filter information as it comes in here to Jordan through the prison psychologist.
We seem to get results in spite of...
And do you know that it took 2 hours to locate Gillard's original file?
It was being photocopied.
Oh, was it? I suppose that implies a dozen different fingers all stabbing at the same pie.
It certainly started that way.
I thought so.
No, but now the pie is well and truly in the special branch pantry.
And I suppose that makes Jordan little Jack Horner.
Still painful?
Yes.
What did Dishman say?
About what?
About your accident.
Physical pain is not his area.
Did you tell him about Pike and Chapman?
You must be joking.
Well, I just thought maybe you...
Oh, it might hurt, but I'd like to keep it.
He sends for you every day.
Yes, he's a right pain in the arm.
Always at the same time?
Yep. 11 o'clock, in we go, right into the subconscious.
I went to see him today.
Oh, yes?
You'd only just left.
What? You hate your father as well, did you?
He was indicted on 5 major security offences.
No, true.
Hardly an aging civil servant supplementing his pension with tidbits of defence gossip.
He was only convicted on 1.
Conducted his own defence, I see.
A remarkable man. And all the evidence indicated that he worked alone.
He was under surveillance for months on end.
Yes.
And you're trying to tell me that at no time was it even suspected that he took direct orders from a control?
A brilliant freelance.
And then what? Then he overreached himself, I suppose.
Was arrested, convicted, sentenced.
5 years for treason. Hardly the punishment fitting the crime.
We were lucky to get there.
Precisely.
You have a definite vocation for the abstract. Precisely what?
Whoever was responsible was too eager. Saw the tree and not the wood. Given time, he could have opened all sorts of doors.
Pure hypothesis.
No. Not considering all the facts.
In hindsight, yes. But we've only just found out, and then by pure luck.
Luck?
That Gillard, in fact, wasn't working alone after all. He did have a mastermind.
My point is that somebody slipped up.
The whys and wherefores seem so obvious in retrospect.
All right. Anyway, Gillard's control, we must assume, was deactivated at the time of the arrest.
Almost certainly. But whoever it is still holds a key position in a security department.
And you've no ideas?
Certain suspicions.
But nothing more tangible?
Not as to actual identity.
But you do believe that he could be reactivated at any time?
Well, in view of his success with Gillard, his potential is, to say the least, disturbing.
And Gillard is our only lead.
And unless you come up with something, Gillard will be out of the country and God knows where within a week of his release.
You can't beat the system.
I don't intend trying.
Good.
I'm not going to be here long enough.
Talk like that will just put you back into the lion's mouth.
Oh, no, it's not talking. I mean it, you know. I've got money. Big money on the outside. I'm going to buy myself out of this pig pen.
Or talk yourself into solitary.
No, I'm going to get out, and soon.
Sell dreams.
Now, don't you bet the rent on that. How about you?
Me?
Yeah, go on. Pretend it's your birthday.
You're serious?
Yes, of course I'm serious.
You don't know?
I don't know what?
I'm out in 27 days. I've got 16 months remission.
You never told me that.
Somehow I thought you knew.
When Gillard is released, there will be nothing we can do to prevent him leaving the country.
Not unless there's new evidence. A further charge.
Nothing we have a hope in hell of proving.
Anything strong enough to hold him for questioning?
No.
Oh, no, we can't just pull him in.
The fascist scream from the left-wing press would sound like an England chant from Wembley.
I didn't know you were interested in football.
Only vicariously.
So it all comes back to what Jordan can do?
In a month.
If we're lucky.
What do you mean? His cover story seems quite adequate.
Oh, on the surface, yes, but it only needs one slip, one wrong word, one of these 800 men to even suspect that he recognises a copper.
Your pessimism is pronounced today.
Now listen to me. If Gillard even starts to suspect the plant, he'll clam up, sit out the next month, and we've lost him forever.
Oh, for God's sake, Stuart. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to, Is that your daughter?
How do you know?
Oh, well, look, I mean, it's got the same eyes, same mouth.
No?
Yeah. She married?
No.
She live here?
Here?
Yeah, you know, in the country.
Near Cambridge. She teaches.
Oh. She looks clever. She, visit you, eh?
Every month.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I look forward to it. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact. She's coming tomorrow for the last time.
Oh, that will be nice for her.
Yeah.
You're very close, eh?
Well, she's my daughter.
Stiller! Mr. Dishman wants to see you.
Oh, again?
You fascinate him. How's the hand?
Well, it's still there.
Oh, it's a terrible shame, that. Must be a bit more careful in future.
Yes, I'm beginning to understand that.
Confirms what the governor said.
Yes, well, it's not so much a suspicion as a natural hypercaution.
But he said nothing.
Oh, you know, small talk, but that took me long enough.
You sure he's not on to you?
Well, with a man like Gillard, you can't be sure of anything. I don't think he is. But then again, you see, he's about as stoical as a Buddha.
Hey, what's happened to your hand?
Oh, well, I thought I might get his confidence by acting naive.
Naive?
Yeah, you know, big mouth, two-fingered the system.
And?
I was warned not to.
Look, Jordan, if Gillard is going to be as impossible as you
I know what you're going to say.
You don't have to stay.
Oh, yes, I do.
There are other ways.
You just name me just one. I'm not made of bloody sugar, you know.
All right. Just... Right. Anything else? What else?
Yeah, there is one thing. Get me a girl to visit tomorrow at the same time as Gillard's daughter. Someone bright, good-looking.
Ian? Still up.
Hello, Frank.
You're looking very beautiful.
Thanks very much. It was all a bit of a rush.
Yes, I'm sorry I couldn't let you know earlier.
Do you want me to have a word with the gate?
Please. How's your old man?
Worried about you?
Ah, yes. Yeah. Well, tell him not to, eh?
Well, you know what he's like.
Worrying times.
Yeah.
Does he, still play the ponies?
You think he printed his own money?
Well, he probably does.
Yeah.
Have him as a neighbour.
Could be.
Yes. Well, you're looking very lovely.
Thank you very much.
Hey. Don't you think she looks lovely?
What?
She's mine, you know.
Oh, God.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Well, I think you look very lovely.
Well, I do my best.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of the gear?
Terrible.
Oh, I don't know. It might catch on in Carnaby Street.
Yeah, well, it's caught on pretty well in here.
She hasn't arrived at the gate. Well, she's never been late. Not in over 3 years.
Hey, there's your daughter.
Oh, mind your own damn business.
All right, I was only asking you,
Can't even have a visit in peace.
Look, I only just said where your daughter was.
What in hell's name's your by daughter's visit got to do with you anyway?
Falk is watching you.
You're the full-time paranoid. You never stop.
Spawn out like a blind Break it up, you two! What's this about, Stiller?
Nothing.
Just get him off my back!
What's your game, Stiller? You still making rain?
Nothing, I swear to you.
You've got a nice quiet house here, Stiller, and that's the way it's going to stay.
Look, all I said to him was, where is your daughter? That's all I said.
She might have had an accident.
It's all right, we're going to sort it out.
Should be hurt.
You get it on. We'll contact the welfare officer. Get him to contact your daughter.
She's never missed, not in over 3 years.
Well.
That was quite a performance.
I'd like to see your old man. Do you think you could arrange that?
Yeah, of course. Mm.
Soon as possible.
Yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah.
Any news?
She was ill.
Nothing serious, I hope.
Some 24-hour virus going round.
Oh, well, they took long enough to let you know about it, didn't they?
Her phone was out of order.
She's all you've got, eh?
Her mother died when she was 3.
Is she like her mother?
Has Falk been on his rounds yet?
Mind you, it must be nice to have someone important in your life. Help you get on top of time here.
You've got the wrong date.
His whole life centres around his daughter.
She's visiting him on Friday, by the way. Special dispensation.
Oh, that's official, is it?
From the governor.
Mm-hmm. Now, she is his one weak spot.
His emotional vulnerability.
Yes, she's the catalyst. What we want to get from him, we're going to get through her.
All right, go on.
Now, Gillard is isolated here, right? He has no visitors, no mail. He's only going to know what his daughter tells him.
And she is going to visit him just once more before his release.
Now, what do you think Gillard's control would do if he thought that Gillard was considering doing a deal from us?
Stop it.
How?
All right. There's only one way. He can't get a Gillard in here, so he would threaten the girl.
Yeah, emotional blackmail.
But he must know that Gillard never would dare deal
Yeah,
with
but
us.
supposing we had fresh evidence on Gillard, eh? That could put him inside for another 10?
We don't, but I take your point. If Gillard's control thought we had it and thought that we had offered Gillard a deal...
Freedom for information?
It's worth trying. 10 years or a name.
The bait is laid. A secret whisper in the right quarter. A bogus file on Gillard in the appropriate filing cabinet. Yes, I think the bait will be taken. Unless the rat is a much bigger rat than we anticipate.
It doesn't make me laugh.
If you can't stand the smell, stay out of the sewer. You have the choice.
Gillard's daughter hasn't.
How are you? Better?
Fine, fine.
You look a bit peaky.
End of term tan.
How's the work?
The headmistress has asked me if I take some French classes.
Don't go taking on too much. You'll wear yourself out.
Well, I only do 20 periods of Latin and Greek a week. I'd have plenty of time, and you know how I love French.
What's the matter, Sarah?
Don't quite know how to put it.
What is it? Tell me.
It's difficult. Oh, he's talking to someone now. I couldn't, not while he was listening.
For goodness sake, Sarah, tell me.
I was at school late yesterday. When I left, I went to go to the library as usual. Inside the library, a man introduced himself.
What?
Said he was an acquaintance of yours.
This man, did he give you his name?
Rockcliffe. Paul Rockcliffe.
Well, what did he look like?
Tall, dark, about 45, bristly moustache, bushy eyebrows, had a bit of a stammer.
Did he? What did he want?
He wanted to talk about you. Asked if we could have a cup of coffee. He was polite. It seemed urgent, so I went with him.
What did he say?
I can't make much sense of it.
Just tell me exactly what he said. We haven't much time.
It was a message to you from Bunyan.
I see.
He's worried that you might be considering another publisher.
Another publisher?
His exact words.
Go on.
Then he said that would be very unfortunate and could only end in destroying the mutual respect that you've had for each other for so many years.
Was that all?
No.
Well?
And he said that if the book was published under those circumstances, it would complicate your literary estate. What does it all mean, Father?
Sarah, do you trust me?
Of course I do.
And don't ask for explanations. Just do exactly as I tell you. Exactly.
Oh, damnation! So much for modern technology.
There's a small record shop. Have you got a pencil?
Yes.
Beckerman's in Goodman's Alley.
Must be the microphone, is it?
No, that's A1.
As soon as you possibly can. Trust me, Sarah, as quickly as you can.
What the hell's going on here? Where's this
special branch? I can't just leave school like that.
Make some excuse, any excuse, but get out of this country as quick as it's humanly possible.
Mr. Skase.
That was a very short visit.
Goodbye, Sarah.
Well, we got enough, just.
Sorry, it's all right. I
It's
didn't realise.
It's not your fault.
Special branch?
Special branch.
Booth number 2.
Have you got Bartok's Divertimento for string orchestra, please?
Certainly. Would you like to hear a little?
Please. Might I have the sleeve for the notes?
Of course. Booth number 1.
I'll leave it, thank you.
Can I help you?
Yes, I think you can. We are police officers.
You feeling all right?
I've just got a headache.
Do you want me to take over for a while?
I'll be all right.
Something worrying you?
What makes you say that?
Well, isn't it, you know, when I have a headache, it's usually because something's on top of me.
Just a headache.
Ah.
Here. Oh, I know you, don't I?
No, I don't think so.
Where are you from, then?
Oh, all over, you know.
No, hang about. That face.
Yeah, well, it's the only one I got, mate.
Teddy Morris.
No, my name's Frank Stiller.
No, I'm Teddy Morris.
Congratulations. You want to take the book?
Eh?
You want to take the book out?
Oh, yeah, might as well.
Fine.
Here, just a sec.
Don't do that.
No, listen. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Honest, I could swear I know you from somewhere.
Sorry,
You could use your tongue for about time, Morris.
Sorry, Mr. Falk.
Gillard and Stiller have a job to do.
Yes, Mr. Falk.
So let them do it.
Yes, Mr. Falk.
Get out!
Yes, Mr. Falk.
You like this work?
Yes, sir.
An easy number?
Yes.
Then shut your rabbit and get on with it.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Gillard.
Morning, Mr. Falk.
Is your daughter feeling better?
A little, thank you.
Good. Good.
Do you usually accept invitations from complete strangers?
Certainly not.
Then he wasn't a stranger.
No.
This wasn't the first time you'd met him.
Yes.
You had met him before.
No, of course not.
But you went and had coffee with him.
He said he knew my father.
And you believed him.
I saw no reason not to.
Miss Gillard, you are aware of the reason for your father's imprisonment.
I'm aware of the reason given.
That you consider him innocent.
You were at the trial?
No.
A pity. You would have seen the versatility of British justice.
A miscarriage.
An abortion.
Nevertheless, your father is serving a term of imprisonment for a security offence, and when you're approached by a complete stranger claiming to be an acquaintance...
It sounded urgent. He wanted me to speak to my father.
What about? What about?
A book. Apart from being a civil servant and a spy, he writes books on birds.
Why could Mr. what's-his-name, Rockcliffe, why could Mr. Rockcliffe have written?
Father won't write letters or receive them. An idiosyncrasy. We all have them.
So you agreed to pass on the message?
Certainly.
And what did your father say?
That he understood.
I see. And did he ask you to contact Mr. Rockcliffe again?
No.
Do you like music, Miss Gillard?
Yes.
What sort?
I'm very Catholic in my tastes.
Go to concerts?
When I can afford to.
Listen to the radio?
When I have time.
You have a record collection?
Few.
And do you often visit Beckerman's record shop?
Beckerman's?
You seem to have trouble with names.
I can't...
You remember perfectly well. It was only yesterday.
Yes, I did think of buying a record.
You've been very stupid, haven't you?
I don't know what this is all about.
Yes, you do. Don't. You might not believe this, but I'm actually trying to help you. You are a very intelligent, highly articulate woman, Miss Gillard, but you're also very vulnerable and in certain circumstances extremely naive. Now, do you realize that what you have done could affect your father's release?
No.
We've had a file on this Mr. Rockcliffe for 6 years.
I don't believe you.
Well, I can assure you he has got nothing whatsoever to do with the publishing business.
You have files on everyone.
You have forced us to open one on you. Now, I sincerely hope you're going to have the good sense to let it gather dust on our archives.
34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Oh, I've gone all dizzy. Do you know I could do 150 of those when I was in training? Oh. Do you know I reckon you're going to get another 5 years for defacing Her Majesty's property, you know? Hey, you all right? You look ill.
I'm all right. I'm just tired.
Well, why don't you get some kit then?
Can't sleep.
Well, a trouble shared is a trouble halved, so they say, whoever they are.
You can't help.
Oh, yeah? Your daughter?
No.
Ah, then it is. Then it is. Now, look, I've got contacts, you know, top contacts.
No!
Gillard's worried sick. What about the girl? You put the fear of God in her?
I questioned her, gave her something to think about. She was very agitated when she left. Strange, you know, she's very intelligent, but she's convinced herself of her father's innocence.
What I can get from Gillard's guarded comments, he's all she has. Or once. You know, it's as if their relationship was mentally incestuous.
Yes, well. Let's hope our chemistry works soon.
Just 10 minutes.
What's happened, Sarah? Why haven't you gone?
The police. I was taken for questioning.
What? Who by?
A Chief Superintendent Inman, Special Branch.
Success plus so far.
Gillard's made no move yet.
He will.
There's not much more that Jordan can do.
Perhaps Gillard's control will add the finishing touches. Make the potential threat to Gillard's daughter more tangible.
You know, euphemisms confuse me.
Using simple system logic, I should think the control will be getting alarmed, to say the least. Gillard's daughter interrogated by Special Branch, unscheduled prison visits, the interception of Gillard's reply to his ultimatum, Rockcliffe arrested.
We are responsible for that girl.
But of course.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Stuff it, sir.
Dishman?
The police.
I thought this was Dishman Day.
Every day is Dishman's day.
What do they want?
What do you think? The money. Yeah, you know, they did the old friendly act where, oh, forget we're on different sides of society. Ah, you're settling down. Anyone would think this was a bloody youth hostel. Have you got a decent cellmate? How do we get on?
What?
Yeah. Didn't con me with all that cracker barrel stuff.
You talked about me?
He didn't get a sniff of the poppy.
What was his name?
A right idiot. Inman.
Gillard, Governor wants to see you. I think it's about your daughter.
Yes?
Gillard, sir.
Thank you. You wanted to see me?
You're Inman?
Yes. Please.
My daughter Sarah.
Recovering.
Thank you.
They suspect acute food poisoning.
Do they?
The governor has arranged for you to visit her in hospital tomorrow.
Shall we dispense with the niceties, Mr. Inman? I think we both know why we're here.
As you wish.
Why did he do it?
A warning?
He should have known that if he harmed Sarah...
Oh, you can never predict with those people. You know that.
You must agree that my daughter and I are allowed to leave the country.
I'll see what can be arranged.
No. That is a condition of my cooperation.
All right. I give you my word.
They must never find us.
No publicity.
Where do we begin?
Food poisoning.
Painful, but not permanent.
Very convenient.
Be it not said that I profit from another's misery, but yes.
Perfect timing.
Gillard's complete statement. Your copy.
Thank you, Chief Superintendent. Everything we wanted and more.
Well, if you will excuse us, we have an important appointment.
This is one arrest I should like to have seen.
How's your hand?
I can't feel a thing.